Hello, I'm Will from Taylor's Discovery, and I'm going to tell you about this month's subscription coffee. This month the coffee you're receiving is from Sipi Falls in Uganda. We've been buying coffee from Sipi Falls for our main brand in the supermarkets for over 10 years, and we've been buying their coffee on and off for Discovery as well since it launched. This year, instead of a classic washed coffee from Uganda, we've got an anaerobic natural. So it's quite an experimental lot for the team at Sipi Falls, and it's resulted in really great tropical, juicy summer fruit flavours. I'm going to show you a really easy way to brew it using a cafetiere. So I'm going to brew a cafetiere for 2 people. We're going to use 30 grams of coffee. It doesn't have to be ground super coarse, but a little bit coarser than you would typically for a pour over. And then I'm going to add 500 grams of hot water. So I've poured the hot water in quite quick. It's got all the coffee wet, and I'm just going to leave the lid on and do nothing to it for 4 minutes and let it brew. I'm quite a lazy brewer, so for me the ideal is how can I get the best possible brew with the least amount of moves or effort put in. And surprisingly, you can get really delicious coffee from something like a simple cafetiere, like most people have in their cupboards at home. So, more information about Sipi Falls. We've been working with Kawacom, who are the company, the exporter that we work with to get this delicious Ugandan coffee. We've had various ongoing projects with them. We assisted Sipi Falls in getting their Rainforest Alliance certification, and this means all the smallholders that sell their coffee to the Sipi Falls wet mill now have greater access to a wider market where people will pay higher premiums for their coffee because of that certification. And we've also got an ongoing 3-year project with Sipi Falls. There's going to be more information on the product page for this coffee, but it involves potable water supplies in the local villages, education around sanitation in the schools, and various other things. Another part of the project is looking at climate-resistant coffee varieties and starting a nursery where the farmers can get seedlings and plant the right coffee on their farms to help them continue to grow coffee as a cash crop for years to come. So now the coffee's brewed for 4 minutes. I've done nothing to it, and I'm just going to gently plunge the plunger down. And so now this has stopped the coffee from brewing, or it's still brewing a little bit. It's just going to greatly reduce the speed at which it brews. So you could, in theory, leave it to sit there for another 5 minutes or so, and it's not really going to get much stronger. But I'm going to pour myself a cup. With a cafetiere, I think it's best to pour quite slow, so any of the solids and whatever do stay in the jug and sort of fall back. So I'm not going to drink this right now because it'll be red hot. I'm going to let it cool down. How does the coffee from Sipi Falls taste? It's really round and a little bit boozy, almost kind of like a heavy spirit, like a rum or a whiskey, but it's really balanced out by like dried, ripe, tropical fruits. There's like some mango and papaya in there. It's such a complex coffee. There's a lot of flavours, and I think depending on how you brew the coffee and how many different times you brew it, you could experience a different thing each time. It's quite a wild, delicious, exciting coffee, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.